My name is Beatrice Love, and as of recently, the Lord has put on my heart to share very important lessons that I learned along the journey of recovery. So May 12th, 2017 was the first day of the rest of my life. And just to give you a little contrast, I was an all or nothing kind of person. I still am, and I'm working on it. But when I was a drug addict, it was all in drugs. And so at the end of my addiction, I'm homeless and I'm smoking like an ounce of crack a day. And amidst all of this time, there was a piece of me that believed that my past failures would dictate my future success. So it was almost like it wasn't even worth trying again. But let me tell you, statistically, we'll look at the statistic perspective. Multiple attempts to get recovery will eventually lead to getting recovery. So up until May 2017, like I had tried at least 10 times, in my own power to get recovery. So detox, rehabs, and failed. All right, maybe I get a little bit of clean time, but couldn't keep it, right? So one of the things in my experience that was happening to me when I was in active addiction was I started to take it as my self-esteem and my identity, those multiple repeated failures, right? I can't do this, and there's this message that's being repeated, and it prevented me from trying again for a long time, because it's humiliating, right? It's humiliating to go through all of that. To most of the time when at least I'll speak for myself, when I went to rehab, it was like a dire kind of situation, like no other option. Like you have to, or you'll die. At least the last time. So you have to try again. You have to try again. No matter how many times you failed before, you cannot allow that, you can't adopt that, right, as who you are, because I did, and it prevented me from trying again. And then one day, somebody said something to me to the effect of, "Oh, you're very, very cool. You're a beautiful woman. You clearly were a great mother. I can tell how much you love your kids just by the way that you talk about them. And you just smoke crack." And it was the first time in years that I had the separation. Someone had said all these things about who I was and then separated the drug addiction from me as a person. And he said it so like nonchalantly, like, yeah, and then you just smoke crack. A lot of crack. And it did something in my brain, right? For that moment, it planted a seed for me to chew on. And a couple months later, I tried again. And that time, I got it. And now, my whole life is completely different. The rewards of recovery, I'll talk more about, but I'm going to do a series of videos. He said 25 tips to recovery. Tip number 1, try again. No matter how many times you failed in the past, you have got to let that go, leave it in the past, and start again today and try again, right? And one of the times that you try again, you will get recovery, right? Statistically. And guess what? Can I also mention one more thing that people don't really talk about? All those little pieces of failure were building my character to a place that I could withstand the strength necessary to build a foundation a proper foundation in recovery.